Hey. Good evening, folks. Good evening, America. As we watch the approach of a landing, I'm reminded of the old days, Brother Youssef, when NASA would send one of the Apollos to space, and we would be anxiously awaiting to see the little capsule as it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. Well, at this point of challenge, we're anxiously awaiting on that day, November 5th, that Tuesday, the landing of the next president of the United States. I won't hold you. I'm going to just be very brief. Just to say that we're praying for Madam President. At this point of challenge, let me introduce my colleague, my friend, my brother, Brother Youssef Shabazz.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I would like for those who are viewing this video to share it multiple times. Assalamu alaikum, greetings. First of all, I would like to make it known that I am a strong supporter of Kamala Harris, who is a qualified candidate running in this historical election for President of the United States. With your support, she will be victorious.
Yes.
When I became a member of Team Kamala Harris, a supporter, I did not know what part I would play, position I would hold, or role. Then our team leader, Mr. Johnson, here asked me to speak in favor of Vice President Kamala Harris. When that directive was given to me, I thought of Moses and his brother Aaron. For those who know scriptures, when God had gave Moses his assignment to go to Pharaoh to inform the people, when God gave Moses his assignment to go to Pharaoh to inform Pharaoh to let the people go. Due to the magnitude of the assignment, going to an oppressor of a people, and the effects if Moses failed in conveying the message clearly, Moses asked God to allow his brother Aaron to go along with her because Aaron was more articulate than Moses. The request was granted. I interpret that directive as a sign to advocate for the people in certain periods of life. As in these days, we need qualified people in positions of leadership to advocate for us, who will represent our best interests individually and collectively concerning issues such as health and welfare. Also in a legislative capacity, bureaucracy capacity, and judicial capacity. Vice President Kamala Harris meets all the required criteria needed. She's intelligent, she displays strong moral values and leadership skills. She is a woman of strong character, and we need her sitting in the presidency office representing us as a people in the White House in D.C. This call out is a call out for your support. What you can't do alone, we can do together in a collective fashion, unity. There is strength in numbers, and there is very little time left. So let's galvanize, inspire, and motivate friends and neighbors, as well as the undecided voters, to support Vice President Kamala Harris to be the next President of the United States. And she will become the first African-American woman to hold that position. This is a historical election, and you can make it happen by voting, giving Vice President Kamala Harris your power, support, your vote at the polls on November 5th, 2024. We have the power, and in a unified manner, to choose positive leadership. Someone who is knowledgeable, has skills, and who will guide us into a healthier and brighter future, and for our future generations to come. For the undecided, we need your support. Vice President Kamala Harris needs your support, and your neighbor support, as well as your friends. Don't let the haters and the naysayers those who have negative thoughts and suggestions whisper in your ear to influence your decision to waste your vote. This is a historical election, and we all can make a difference. Again, what you can't do alone, we can do together in a collective fashion. Unity is the key. A collective effort is mandatory for our victory and survival. It is time for us to shine. Let's not give up power to a person who will not represent our best interests and really don't care about us as a people. Listen, Trump recently made this statement that if history is taught in school about the United States being built on blacks during slavery, he would defund schools, stop spending money for education. He really wants to cut education out, period. Education is important. We are no stronger than the knowledge we possess or acquire knowledge and apply it. He who controls the information controls the people if they're uneducated or lack knowledge. Our job as intelligent human beings is to never put a dictator in office. We really have the power to make a difference if we use it properly. We have to stand together. A vote for Vice President Kamala, again, is a vote for our future generations to come. Heed the call. There's vital issues in this election to be addressed, such as human rights, abortion rights, rights concerning our women, civil rights, freedom of speech, and voting rights. That's just to name a few. Our liberties is at stake. Those rights and liberties should not be modified or curtailed by one man and his radical crew. In closing, those formerly incarcerated, step up and represent. Now is the time to shine. We are not restricted in movement, nor is there reduced mobility. Access to resources are available. Tap into them. And those incarcerated, use your time wisely to develop your mind, mental self, educate yourself, read, study government policies, regulations, the legislative branch, executive branch, the judicial branch, whatever materials is positive and productive. Economics, business, marketing, sales, lawful and good wholesale materials. Don't be the problem, be the solution, make a difference. For now, vote in this upcoming election. Don't forget to bring a neighbor and a friend. Thank you. That's the lady.
Thank you, Brother Youssef. The young lads here in Newark is going to say some words in honor of Kamala Harris.
Take your time, don't be shy. Yeah, it was hard for me. Take your time. Go out and vote. Yeah.
My name Alta Lee. I was old enough. I was from another area.
Okay.
All right.
That's good. There you go. Next. Why? Don't be shy. We need
Okay.
them. We
Okay.
pass on. Y'all gonna have to do this.
There you go. There you go. The young lad said one few words that made history. And God bless him. Right now, as you see, I'm a little hoarse because I've been preaching for a minute. And we're going to bring on Reverend Dr. Bernadine Berg as she is recruiting people to speak. I'm trying to get them to say some words, but you know, speaking is sometimes hard until you get used to it.
Yeah.
You would rather cross a road with moving traffic than to do it. Speak in front of the mic, that's right. Can you summon Dr. Berg down as we're getting dark here? Dr. Berg needs to come on down. Get her down here.
He's talking to the young brothers.
Yeah, she gotta get down because it's getting dark. We're losing the sun.
That's what I told him, you know, when we pass on, he's going to have to do their job to step up.
Yes. Okay. Here is Dr. Berg.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Brother Youssef. Thank you, Dr. Zach. I just ran into some of my young homies. They are freshmen in high school. One is a sophomore, and they were obedient to come and say something. They said if they were old enough to vote, they would vote for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
They said, I'm going to tell my mama. I'm going to tell my grandmama. What I'm saying, I don't talk in public, I'm shy, but I'm going to tell my relatives. So that's what we need. We're coming down to the wire. We have about 12 more days perhaps. And I'm in the city of Newark of over 300,000 people. And a friend of mine that's watching all over in Vegas said to me, there should be a crowd of you out there. And she's right, there should. I've invited them out, but I'm just a little squirrel on a tree trying to find me a nut. So therefore, I'm not big enough to spark a crowd. And I asked my comrades to come, and they all say, well, I'll be there, but nobody see the urgency in it. And I'm here because of the fact that I love these United States of America. I was born and raised here. I was a civics major. I studied civics in school. I love social studies. I love history. I'm educated. I have almost a master's degree in cultural diversity education. And I don't like to brag about what I know or what I do. You know, I just like to try to love and encourage everyone to be their very best. And I believe that one should make an effort to better their own record of achievement. And I also believe that we need to work like everything depends on us and pray like everything depends on God. So that's what I'm doing. So if by any chance Kamala Harris doesn't win, I can still rejoice. Why? Because I did the best I could. But when she does win, I can celebrate. I can truly celebrate and say, I played a positive part in history. And that's why we're here. And I thank Brother Zach for his steadfastness.
Yes.
He stays on the course, and Brother Yusef, he's here. And that means something. Now, again, we have about 12 more days.
12 days.
And there are so many reasons why Donald Trump should never be president of these United States again. And I don't know if you know it, but former Republicans for Harris, they are former members of Congress, governors, state lawmakers, cabinet secretaries, White House staffers, and even the former Republican Vice President, Mike Pence, who probably never dreamed to be voting for Democratic presidential candidate. But what they're doing is they are demonstrating a display of patriotism by putting party over politics. They understand that the nation's failure is on the line. They understand that the nation's future is on the line. Now, to me, it's clear. Anytime you see people that are closely associated with the individual turning from them, there is a reason for that. They know something that we don't know. And that should give you a wake-up call. Maybe you are a steadfast Republican. It's okay. Okay, but that does not mean that you have to embrace this buffoonery that we see this going on right in front of our eyes. We can see and we think of reasons. People can always validate a reason that will make their dysfunction look sensible to them. You do. But the choice is clear. Kamala Harris represents the American dream. She wasn't born with a silver spoon. Worked hard, studied hard, made the right choices, are people persons, understand that there are some ups and there are some downs in this world, understand how to gracefully communicate with people without calling them names, without being vulgar, without saying everybody is a low life because they don't agree with her. To me, this choice should be very, very clear. And it saddens me that it isn't. It saddens me when I hear black people, male and female. I'm not demonstrating or proclaiming that Kamala Harris is the second coming of Jesus Christ. No. I'm not saying that she is the Blessed Virgin Mary. No. But I'm saying that she is the better choice. And I would probably feel the same way if it was Liz Cheney against him, and I would probably vote Republican. I would probably feel the same way. If it was Marjorie Taylor Greene against Kamala Harris, I would still vote Kamala Harris. Okay? So, I want you to please start the conversation. Let's just put a stop to this. We are a majority in this country. It's more of us than it is of them. And we can do anything if we do it together. We really can. We have a couple of black Republicans, one from Florida. They don't even bother to answer the question when they're asked about the degrading conversation that Donald Trump puts on when he calls himself at a rally. They continue to go back to the same speech. Well, it's because of the fair policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They don't ever directly answer a question. They asked one of them, said, well, would you want your son to hear him say these type of things? Why you're just picking out one little item, but you don't go back to the failures of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And there's another black one called, his name is Joe Pena. And he said that, it really don't matter what he say. He just be shooting from the hip. He don't mean that stuff that he says. Then his ex-chief of staff, Kelly, indicated that he was I believe that he's a fascist. Now this man is an Army veteran, commander. He knows what he sees. And they want to say, why is he just telling it? Because you know why he just telling it? Because he really did not think that in this day and age, he really did not think that Donald Trump would get this far. He really did not think that he would ever have to say it. He really didn't. Come on, think about it. The Electoral College, it was created because the founding fathers did not trust ordinary citizens to be informed enough to adequately pick the president. And they're right. They were right about that. Because you are informed and you still won't believe what you see. They also worried that citizens would bind together based on personal interest rather than the overall good of the nation. That's why they have the Electoral College. And they are still so right. So right. Because understand one thing. When those electors come together, it does not, they can actually deny if they want to. But historically, they typically go along with the popular vote. But we're at the time now where citizens are binding together based on their personal interests. And I'm trying to understand what is it so personal that they think that Donald Trump does that endears them to him, other than the fact that they are low-hanging fruit just like he is. Their conversations are based, profanity-laced, based on four-letter words. Okay, they never took the time out to educate themselves. They never took the time out to be somebody. White women always have a desire to have a blonde rich man as their husband. Okay, white men always have a desire to be rich and powerful. Black men, you always have thought that white men are better than you are because you have low self-esteem. I'm just telling you like it's real. That is what I see. There's no other reason why I can think of. I can't. Which nobody has to explain anything to me, but I'm just saying, I wish that we would come together and get this done. 12 more days. 12 more days. Anytime he stand there and lie. He just stood there lying today about how many people had come across the border and they researched it and he was using numbers from 15 years ago. Yes, he was. That's just how bad he is. And I just want to say that there was a black guy they interviewed, and he said that Donald Trump was going to make certain that he get his job back.
Oh yeah.
Because the immigrants was taking his job, and I don't know where he come from, but the jobs that most immigrants have, black folk won't do, and white folk won't do them either. Then he said that, oh, he's going to bring our jobs back into Detroit. Now understand one thing. The reason why these companies' jobs moved overseas is because the manufacturers wanted to make more money, and they couldn't make a lot of money because of the unions lobbying for higher pay. So they figured if they can get the company, get the product made for less, they can still keep their profit level high and still pay you too. That's the deal. And it's already been said that his tax tariffs was going to make products go up. And I just want to remind you that the president of these United States have nothing to do with what manufacturers pay for their products. You see all types of illegal stuff going on, that if Kamala Harris did it, it's a problem. When he does it, everybody rises up to take up for him. President Biden, in his campaign, he said that he wanted to forgive student loans for the poor and impoverished people. And everybody claimed that he was buying a vote.
Yes.
It's illegal. Now we have Elon Musk. He's offering millions of dollars to vote. Don't you know, people, that that's illegal? You don't need no legal scholars to figure that out. You got 3 of the world's richest individuals supporting him, and what should that tell you? Where his alliance lies. So then there was another, a white guy. He said that she laughed too much, and he didn't believe that stuff that Trump said. He just be saying stuff to pander to the crowd. But there was one brother, I didn't get his name. His name was Robinson. He said, on my job, they say all kinds of sexist things about Kamala Harris. They say all kinds of things that aren't true. I read up on her. I studied her, and it's not true. He says, and I put them in their place. And now they don't open their mouth around me. And that's the kind of spirit that we should have. People of color. And I always say people of color. Why? Because I'm black. I've been black all of my life. I lived in a chocolate city. I'm raised in a chocolate community. So this is all I know. And one thing I do know, that if we get behind the right person, we can actually change the course of our history.
That's right. That's right.
We can actually dictate what it is that we want And here we have an opportunity to do just that.
That's right.
If you have an elected politician that is local, can make your request known to a higher office, you can be able to change the trajectory of your city. It starts from the bottom up, not from the top down. So, let us please make these next 12 days, let us get excited.
Come on now.
Let us begin to talk to our neighbors.
That's right.
Talk to our family members.
Yes.
You know, even if I had the black guy said they don't even speak to me anymore, I'm sure they don't. Even if it means them to, you know, not socializing for a few moments.
That's right. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Stand your ground.
On your ground.
Stand your ground.
That's right.
If you don't take a stand for something, you will fall for anything.
That's right.
We should have enough of falling down.
That's right. Oh, man.
It's time to stand up.
That's right.
It's time to stand up. You already know. Like Liz Cheney said, if you had a grandfather that carried on the way he carried on, you would take away the keys to the car.
That's right.
If you had an uncle that carried on the way he carried on, you would keep him in the back room when company came. Really. So we can do better than this as a country. We can do better. Standing there, talking vulgar about another man. I don't want to go there.
Come on now.
Standing there, walking for 45 minutes, backwards and forwards to music, pumping fist, can't, you know, really, come on, people.
Come on now.
We, Americans, we are better, and black folk, we know that we represent better.
That's right.
Historically, any time, you would not see Jesse Jackson acting like that.
No.
You would not have seen Dr. Martin Luther King acting like that.
No.
You would not have seen Andrew Young acting like that.
No.
You would not have seen H. Rap Brown acting like that.
No.
You don't even see Al Sharpton acting like that.
No.
Come on now. You don't even see your mayor acting like that.
No.
You don't see your high school principal acting like that.
No.
You don't see your pastor acting like that.
No.
So why is it okay to have the President of the United States, a convicted felon, a tax cheat?
That's right.
Why is that okay to have him as president? How did we get to this point, and what are we going to do to stop it?
Come on now.
So again, I say, not him.
Not him.
Please, not him.
Not him.
Not him. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. As we're coming in for a landing, 12 days left. I'm reminded of a lot of the old time NASA spacecrafts. As we would anciently wait on Earth to see the spacecraft come through the space atmosphere into Earth, and we say, there it is, coming in for a landing. Separation for holy use. Let us draw near to God with a sincere heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from a guilty conscience, and having our bodies washed with pure water. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. Consecration, church, is much more than setting oneself apart from sinful things. It is a living and holy life as opposed to a worldly life. It is living a life that is devoted to God and His purpose for you. It is devoting all we have for God, for His use, The consecration that meets God's demands is a complete consecration with no mental reservation. To make a half-hearted, partial consecration is to make no consecration at all. It involves our whole being, all we have, and all that we are. Everything is definitely and willingly placed in God's hands for His supreme use. God, I place all that I am in your hands. I want my life to be fully set apart for your plans and purpose. Amen. Church, people of this great city,
All right.
as we come in for this landing that we anxiously await, on that day we will be out here for about an hour and to pray and celebrate for a calm transition. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, supporters, and fellow Americans, what a remarkable moment this is. Today, we stand at the dawn of a new chapter in our nation's history. It is with immense gratitude and profound humility that I accept the honor of serving you as Vice President once again, as President. And I am filled with hope for what we can achieve together, Kamala Harris. This campaign was never just about her. It was about all of us. It was about the voices that have long been unheard, the dreams that have been deferred, and the struggles that have defined our shared journey. Together, we have faced challenges head on. We have stood firm against division, hatred, and fear. We have lifted each other up, believing in the power of unity and the promise of progress. To everyone who cast their vote for a brighter future, thank you. Your voice has been heard. Your determination has ignited a movement. This victory is not just Kamala's, it is ours, the American people. It belongs to every single person who believes in justice, equality, and the values that make our country great. As we move forward, Kamala wants to take a moment to remind you of what we are fighting for. We are fighting for a nation where every child has access to quality education, where health care is a right, not a privilege, and where our economy works for everyone, not just the wealthy few. We are fighting for a climate that is sustainable, a democracy that is vibrant, and a society that is just. We will not back down. We will not be silent. We will take bold action to address the pressing issues of our time. Together, we will dismantle the barriers that hold us back and bring bridges that connect us. Together, we will ensure that every American has a seat at the table, a voice in our democracy, and the opportunity to thrive. I must extend my deepest gratitude to Kamala's incredible team, her family and supporters. Your tireless effort, unwavering belief, this moment possible. To her dear friend and president, thank you for your partnership, your leadership, and your commitment for our shared values. Together, we have showed what a possibility when we work hand in hand. But let us remember, our work does not end with this victory. This is just the beginning. We must be vigilant, We must be engaged, and we must continue to fight for our values every single day. Kamala urged each of us to remain active in our community, to advocate for change, and to hold us accountable. Our democracy thrives when we are engaged. As we look to the future, let us carry forward the spirit of hope, resilience, and determination. Let us embrace the challenges ahead with courage and conviction. Together, we can and will create a better future for all. Thank you for believing in this vision. Thank you for standing with the Kamala Harris team. Let's get to work. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Good night.